Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to my channel. Oh, it's Pinka for the Cures. Get healthy and well with me. I am super excited to talk about the last topic for Wellness Wednesday, which is food sources of carbs and how many do we need to eat. The previous weeks have been awesome. I hope that you've been able to catch them. If not, go back and catch those replays. But all right, let's sit back, get our water, get our notepad, and let's get ready to learn about what types of carbs we need to be consuming. All right, well, let's get on into it. So, what I want to talk about today again is the different types of carbs that we need to be consuming, and then how many of them should we consume. Now, this is all going to be based on your diet, your age, your activity level, as well as your specific metabolism. And so, guess what? That's going to be different for everybody, isn't it? So, that's what's important to know. It's not going to be a cookie cutter. Everybody's not going to have the exact same amount. But according to the RDA, which is the recommended daily allowance from our Food Administration, it says approximately 130 grams per day. Now, that sounds like a lot. Oh, my goodness. But guess what? Unfortunately, the American people consume double that, almost triple that, 250 to 300 or so more grams per day. And so that's probably why, unfortunately, we are seeing weight gain versus weight loss. And that's probably how carbs got their bad name. Well, I'm here to tell you that there are good carbs out there, okay? There's good carbs out there, and we definitely want to consider something that is probably going to be a little bit harsh to hear today. But let's talk about the fact that carbs are best consumed from plants. So all your veggies, all your fruits, your grains, your legumes, which is including your quinoas and your all types of beans, preferably fresh beans. And then, of course, you do have your sugars and your sweeteners that are full of carbs, but there are some that are good for you, like local honey, maple syrup, which I never thought I would ever love, but I do now, as well as molasses, which I'm still trying to get used to. I don't know if I ever will. But anyway, those are the sweeteners and those are the good carbs in moderation that we can consume. And like I said, depending upon your specific, body type and all of that good stuff, and I can help you and work with you as far as counting your macros for those of you who may not have already done that, or those of you who have had success with that. It's where you're counting everything and you're keeping track of it. But once you get the hang of it, it becomes lickety split and easy to do. But it's definitely important for you, and you want to be proactive instead of reactive like I had to be. All right. So I definitely want you to understand that we should be taking in those refined sugars pretty much none at all. That's the part where I kind of threw that in there that you probably don't like to hear. Of course, those are the things we love to eat. Those are our favorites, those desserts, those goodies, those desserts, those sweets. And so we should be eating those. We should either be eliminating those or eating those sparingly. I believe in moderation. Yes, I do. But if you know something is something that you're kind of addicted to, and I know that we don't want to talk about that, but oftentimes the things that we can't do without and it's just so yummy, but we notice that it does something to our body, we're probably addicted to it and we need to stop. Okay, sorry, I got that out. But it goes back to something that my bishop said one Sunday service, that a lot of times it's based on feelings. I want to feel good about what I'm eating. And of course, that sounds good. And yes, that is true. We don't want to be eating something that's nasty, for heaven's sake. But you don't want to not eat it if it's going to, help maintain a healthy you. All right. And that's what this is all about, getting healthy and well. So if you are already healthy and well, then this may not be for you. Maybe there's somebody that could benefit from this that you can share it with. But I just want to talk about some of these specific food sources. I already talked about all fruits. You definitely want to consider, as far as fruits are concerned, there are some that are high glycemic and low glycemic. Of course, that's the amount of sugar that they have, but it's natural sugar. And so at the end of the day, it's better to eat a piece of fruit than a piece of candy. So all your fruits, your apples, your berries, even bananas, avocado, oranges, all of your citrus fruits. I mean, the fruit list is, there's even some exotic fruits that some of us may not have ever tried, but let's go ahead and let's research and let's try something new. Star fruits, for example. What's the other one? Passion fruit. All right, let's try something different. Pineapples, love those. All your vegetables, all your greens, all right. Your squash, even your potatoes, and even with potatoes, red potatoes have less or lower glycemic than of course, your Idaho potatoes. But again, cutting up your own French fries, because I'm a French fry queen. Cutting up your own French fries using red potatoes and baking them or cooking them in an air fryer is much more healthier than deep frying them. Um, I just learned today, and like I said, fried food, yes, we love it. I don't call myself a vegan, nor do I call myself a vegetarian. I try to eat mostly plant based, but I love French fries and I love fried fish, and so that's why I don't label my diet. But when we go out to restaurants, that food is fried over and over again. And even when, because I used to work in a restaurant, and I don't want to digress, but that oil, we don't know if the oil is good for us or not. The best cooking oils are your like peanut oil or avocado oil, but they're frying it over and over again. And the older that the grease gets, the worse off it is for you. There's so many different chemicals that it turns into that's bad and unhealthy for our bodies. That made me cry. But let's get back to the food sources. All of your grains, your rices, your quinoas, those are your grains that are good for you. Your wheat, your oats. Steel cut oats are the best. But if you're eating regular oatmeal, that's definitely better than a 10 stack of pancakes, all right? You can have a little bit of pancakes. And that's what when I end, I'll talk about that. But your beans, if I didn't talk about that, your chickpeas, your black beans, all kinds of beans, your kidney beans, those are all good for you. Your legumes are all good for you. And then we already talked about the sweeteners. And so you're talking about your honey, your local honey. Okay, your maple syrup. Try maple syrup if you haven't already. I know that it seems like it's runnier than your Aunt Jemima's and all those other syrups that we love. Pancake syrup, but I never thought that I'd like maple syrup. But because I wanted syrup so bad on my pancakes, or if I had a biscuit from time to time, then I found that maple syrup is good, and it doesn't have all of the extra, you know, and we'll talk about some of those other specifics later, but all those ingredients that we can't pronounce, not good. If you look at maple syrup, all it says on there is maple syrup. That's it. So that's an indicator that it's better for you. Honey, the same thing. Molasses, I haven't really got into molasses yet, but it is better than your other syrups. But that's what I wanted to say as I end and as I close. Um, check your. I'm an ingredient watcher now. Never was until I had the cancer diagnosis. Um, I'm cancer free. I am a survivor of stage 4 breast cancer, and so I began to become an ingredient reader. And like I said, if you have a list this long and it has words that you can't pronounce, it's probably not good for us. And I can go on and on about high fructose corn syrup, but I won't. That'll be for another day. So that's it about carbs. I hope that there was something that you were able to, get a better understanding of as regards to carbs. Carbs don't have a bad name unless it's a bad carb. Yes, there are bad carbs and good carbs, and we talked about those today. So stay tuned next month or next time that we do this Wellness Wednesday. I want to definitely help us to build up those immune systems as the cold season is coming up, the flu season. We come against those right now in the name of Jesus, but we want to definitely build our bodies and our systems up. If we haven't been eating the good stuff all year, we definitely want to do it now as we prepare for the colder season in the winter, okay? All right, I think that's enough for today. All right, I love you. There's nothing you could do about it. Let's get healthy. Let's get well. And you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Until next time, love you.